Giants travel out to Western Pennsylvania to take on the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are sitting atop the NL Central at the moment. Rookie Davis, only his 4th start of the year, but he is on the hill for the Buccos, taking on Jeff Samardzija, the Shark. This will be his 19th start of the year for the Giants. Take a look at the Giants lineup. Nelson Cruz, the new first baseman in the lineup, and then, of course, the Pirates opposing lineup as well. Bottom half of the first inning, Adam Frazier at the dish hits a ball into center field. That'll be a base knock for him, so he's on first, and then with 1 out brings up Miguel Cabrera, but Frazier goes and swipes second base, so he's in there safely. Runner in scoring position now for Cabrera. He would not be able to drive the runner in, though, as he pops it up to the catcher Posey, who makes the easy can of corn out. So then there's 2 outs. Jung-Ho Kang hits a ball into left field. Robbie Grossman, I really don't know what happened here. I don't know if I hit the wrong base. Just runner comes in because Grossman doesn't throw home and contest it, and it's a 1-0 game. Then Jung-Ho Kang is on first. Corey Dickerson hits a 2-run shot into the right field seats, and it's now a 3-0 Pittsburgh Pirates lead. Top of the second, the Giants do get one back, though, as Cargo comes to the plate, hits a charge into a ball. Right field seats is the destination. A solo shot for Carlos Gonzalez. 3-1 is the score, his 11th home run of the season. Top of the third, Robbie Grossman's going to join the home run parade. A long shot for Robbie Grossman, of all people. Way out of here in right center field, and it's a 3-2 ball game now, as then Buster Posey pulls one into left field for a single. He's on first, brings up Ryan Schimpf now with 2 outs, checks his swing. They say he did not go around, so Schimpf draws his walk. Carlos Gonzalez back at the plate, works the full count, but then grounds one off the end of his bat to end the inning, so it's only 3-2. Top of the fourth now, Tetsuto Yamada gives a charge into one. Left center field is where it'll land, right at the warning track, so an easy double for Yamada. Brings up Nelson Cruz, who's going to hit a ground ball over to shortstop. Easy out. Yamada cannot move up, so he's still on second now with 1 out. Franklin Barreto would then pop one up to the infield, also to the shortstop. Now there's 2 down with Yamada on second. Brings up Jacoby Jones, who whiffs right through a fastball that he had good timing on, and Rookie Davis gets out of the jam. So now on to the bottom of the fourth, where Schwartz comes on, hits a ball into left field for a base knock. After that, it's Rookie Davis, the pitcher, lays down a sac bunt. Shark makes the play, takes the easy out at first. 2 outs, runner on second. Starling Marte goes up the middle. That's going to score the run from second base, despite the strong arm of Jacoby Jones, as the ball is cut off by Cruz in the infield. So 4-2 ball game now, bottom of the fifth. Jacoby Jones fields a ball hit by Miggy up the middle for a base knock. Then Jung-Ho Kang gets a pitch he likes, and he does not miss. 2-run shot for the Korean slugger, as it is now a 6-2 lead for the Buccos. Brandon Finnegan would then enter the game. First batter he's facing, Corey Dickerson, grounds out to first base. Nelson Cruz makes the play at his new position. Next batter is El Coffey. Gregory Polanco grounds over to shortstop. Cruz reaches out and makes the snag as well. So now with 2 down, it would be Kevin Kramer going down swinging. So a 1-2-3 inning for Finnegan, and then stays on for the bottom of the 6th, where he gets Schwartz to go down looking. Next batter up's the pinch hitter Kevin Newman, strikes out on the up-and-in fastball. 2 down, 2 strikeouts in the inning. Third guy up, Starling Marte, also falls victim to the up-and-in fastball, strikes out the side. Brandon Finnegan, very impressive. Tanner Scott then comes on for the bottom of the 8th. 6-2 ball game still, as Schwartz hits a ball into right field, gets past Nelson Cruz, shows off why he is not an actual first baseman. Run does come in. 7-2 is the score now. Then Josh Bell comes on the pinch hit for the pitcher, and he gets a mistake pitch from Tanner Scott that he sends into the left field seats. Another home run in this game, as the balls were just flying here in Western Pennsylvania. That made it 9-2, as the Pirates easily win this one over the Giants. The Giants did get some runs in the top of the 9th inning, but it was too little too late, as the Pirates pretty easily win this one. Rookie Davis gets the win, Jeff Samardzija gets the loss. Yamada, Carlos Gonzalez, Robbie Grossman all had pretty good offensive days, but Corey Dickerson, Jung-Ho Gong, Josh Bell, Adam Frazier, and the Pirates had a much better offensive day. Giants back home now to take on the Cincinnati Reds here at Oracle Park, and the Reds, man, they have been absolutely mollywopping everybody they have been facing recently, on the verge of sweeping the Giants. Brandon Beachy hurt himself in the pregame, so the Giants did not risk him around the trade deadline. Brandon Finnegan instead is going to make his first start since the 2018 season against his former team, nonetheless, who are sending out their ace in Luis Castillo, having a very good season. Take a look at the Giants lineup. Garcia playing left, leading off, and then also the Reds lineup, of course. Joey Votto getting an off day. Top half of the first inning, Brandon Finnegan starts off getting a surprise bunt from Jose Peraza to lead off the game, and they originally rule him safe, but they would review it, and after review they say he is indeed out. So the first batter of the game tries the surprise bunt, cannot get it down. After that, it's Scooter Gennett going to hit a ball over to Cruz, makes the play at first base. And then it's Jesse Winker, hits over to the other corner, and Schimpf makes that play. 1-2-3 inning to start things off for Finnegan. On to the top of the second now. Suarez goes down swinging, 95 on the gun, up in the zone. Next batter up, Yasiel Puig going swinging through a slider. That's 2 down. Third batter of the inning to complete the 1-2-3 inning. Hits a chopper over to Schimpf, and that's going to be the 1-2-3 inning. Top of the third now. Finnegan still rolling, but he's going to get a single allowed from Lonnie Chisenhall, hits a ball up the middle past Yamada. And then after that, it's Tucker Barnhart who's going to just hit a ball right to Yamada. Just literally doesn't field it. Jones runs in to grab it, tosses it to second. Runner very clearly on second base, gets tagged, somehow out. Nobody knows what's going on. Even Barnhart's looking back and forth. He's very confused. And auto fielding has been enabled. That's going on for a bit. Not sure how much longer I'll leave it on, but it's on for now. After that, the pitcher Castillo lays down a sac bunt, moves the runner over. But then Peraza would come up and fly out to left center field, and they get out of the inning. Top of the fourth now. Suarez, he's also going to strike out again. And then Puig going to strike out again. Back-to-back strikeouts, Finnegan gets out of the inning, still scoreless as Finnegan's cruising. Top of the fifth, though, things start to unravel. Nick Senzel hits the ball off the brick wall in right field. Carlos Gonzalez fields it, throws it into the cutoff man. It's a double for Senzel. After that, it's Lonnie Chisenhall, just scrapes a ball to the left field line. Senzel scores easily from second as he is pretty decently fast. And then with Chisenhall on second base, Luis Castillo, the pitcher, is actually going to hit a ball up the middle. Chisenhall scores from second despite the strong arm from Jacoby Jones in center field. And it's now a 2-0 Reds lead, but then they would get out of the inning with a 6-4-3 double play on the ground out from Peraza. Bottom of the sixth, when you say, why don't we see any Giants at bats? That's because there's been a lot of just nothing and then a lot of getting babbipped, as that ball is hit right at the center fielder, and then Posey comes up and also lines out right to the center fielder Senzel. Carter Capps would then come on for the Giants in the top of the eighth inning, and Jose Peraza hits a ball up the middle. Yamada fields it, but he cannot get the speedy Peraza out at first base. After that, Cruz showing off why he is not a good first baseman, as a ball goes right underneath his glove. First and second now with 2 outs. Jesse Winker then hits a ball down the right field line. That is going to score 1 run, as it's now a 3-0 game. Second and third now with nobody out. Carter Capps then walks Suarez. Mark Melancon would then come on with the bases loaded, no outs, gets a ground ball from Puig. Stop. Pause. Right there. Yamada could very easily tag the runner, throw home, then throw to first, get a triple play. He's out of the inning. We've only allowed 1 run. Best case scenario. Let's see what he actually does. Huh? What was that? So now Nick Senzel at the dish with 2 outs is going to hit a ball over the head of Cruz at first, down the right field line. And Gonzalez cannot field it cleanly, so Senzel is going to have himself an RBI double. 5-0 is the score now. And then it is going to be another hit down the left field line for Lonnie Chisenhall. Senzel scores again. It's now a 6-0 lead for the Reds. On to the bottom of the 8th, where the Giants finally get on the board thanks to Nelson Cruz connecting on a pitch. Hits it 115 miles an hour off the bat into the left field seats. Only a solo shot though, so they only get 1 run from it obviously, but they do get on the board to avoid the shutout. And then, nonetheless, the Reds do win this game pretty easily, 6-1 over the lowly Giants. Luis Castillo was flat-out filthy all day long, 8 innings pitched, only gave up 2 hits, struck out 7, and of course the only run was the Nelson Cruz bomb in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Brandon Finnegan was actually having a pretty good day through 4 innings. He had no runs given up, just cruising along, but then after that 5th inning, he ended up giving up 2 runs. Tried to push it a little bit in his first start since 2018, but still, nonetheless, it is a pretty solid line. 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 earned runs. But the Giants offense, yet again, decides not to show up in a game. Now, before we actually hop into the next game, we do have 2 things to go over, both of them being extensions. Ryan Schimpf, the first one up, 31-year-old third baseman, has re-signed for 1 more year with the San Francisco Giants for $1.5 million. The plan is obviously for him to be the third baseman for at least 1 more year. The other extension being the Japanese second baseman Tetsudo Yamada, 27 years old, signed him to a 3-year extension at $5 million, that is 1.7 per, and he has been promised at least a platoon role, but he will most likely be playing every day. Giants back on the road as they're in the South to take on the Atlanta Braves at SunTrust Park. Braves sending out the young righty Kyle Wright. This will be his 21st start, having a good 2020 season. And he'll be facing the veteran Brandon Beachy, taking on his former team. Take a look at the Giants lineup 1-9, as well as the Atlanta Braves lineup. Start things off top half of the first inning. The second pitch of the ball game from Kyle Wright is going to be taken a long way into right field. Robbie Grossman, a long solo shot into the upper deck, puts the Giants up 1-0 early on. They were not done, though, as Buster Posey, opposite way, base knock for him. After that, it is going to be Carlos Gonzalez with 1 out. Gonna somehow sneak a ball past the first baseman and second baseman. It's for a base knock, so it's first and second for Tetsudo Yamada, and he does not miss this pitch. Immediately bat flips the 3-run shot for the Yamada, fresh off of his 3-year extension, and it's now a 4-0 Giants lead. On to the top of the second now, Robbie Grossman, first pitch of the inning, is going to be taken into the seats yet again. Second home run of the game through 2 innings for Robbie Grossman. 5-0 is the score. That would be enough of Kyle Wright after he allows 2 more base runners. So with 2 outs and 2 on, Carlos Gonzalez gets a pitch he likes and he does not miss. Tattoos it into the right field upper deck. A 3-run shot makes it an 8-0 San Francisco lead. You would think it would be a pretty easy win for the Giants, but the Braves do manage to make things interesting. Brandon Beachy on the hill gives up a double to Eric Thames here as Carlos Gonzalez cannot make the diving play. So runner on second brings up Ozzie Albies, bloops the ball into left field for a single. So runners on the corners, nobody out for Johan Camargo, goes up the gut, base knock, 1 run comes in, 8-1 is the score. First and second, nobody out. Austin Wins, the catcher, would then ground into a 4-6-3 double play. Runner on third with 2 outs now, the pitcher at the plate in Jesse Biddle. He's somehow going to loop one into right center for a base knock. 8-2 is the score. Jacoby Jones at the plate in the top of the third gives the ball a charge to deep left center field. Ender Inciarte ranging back, leaps up and makes the catch. What a catch by Ender Inciarte to bring a ball back in the park. Taking a look at that one. Beautiful catch by the center fielder. And now on to the bottom half of the third. Freddie Freeman hits a ball into right field for a base knock. Yamada gave it a dive, and he actually hurt himself on that dive. Luckily, it was not a serious injury, but he did have to come out of the game, so Garcia comes on to play second base for the rest of the game. Then a pitch would get away from Buster Posey with 2 outs, allows Freeman to move up to second base. After that, Albies would bloop one into left field for a single. Freeman is going to score all the way from second base, and the throw was not in time, obviously. So 8-3 is the score now. Bottom half of the 5th, Freeman back at the dish. He's getting himself another hit as he is on first base with nobody out. Ozzie Albies, or Ronald Acuna, then hits a ball up the middle. First and second now, nobody out. Brings up Eric Thames, who grounds over to Cruz, who manages to turn a 3-6-3 double play, so runner on third with 2 outs. Ozzie Albies at the dish, hits the ball into left field, that'll drive in Freeman from third. 8-4 is the game, the lead has been cut in half. Bottom of the 6th now, or top of the 6th, I should say. Franklin Barreto hits a ball over the head of the leaping glove of Johan Camargo at third base. And then Jacoby Jones got robbed of a home run earlier. You're not robbing him of a double here. Very easily gets into second base, the fleet-footed Jones, and then Barreto scores from first, so it's now a 9-4 game. Evan Longoria then comes on to pinch hit, hits a ball a long way to left field, but it would die out at the track. It's put away. Jones is able to tag up, though, as he does have quite a bit of speed, slides to avoid the tag, and then Robbie Grossman would hit a ball to the right side of the infield. Jones comes in to score. It's now a 10-4 lead for the Giants. Carter Capps now on for the bottom of the 8th as we move along later in the game. And Austin Wins, the catcher, hits a 2-out home run somehow, just barely stays fair, and it was on a good pitch as well. So it's now a 10-5 game, lead cut in half yet again. Runner on first after a pinch hitter and Jace Peterson walks, as Ender Inciarte hits a ball into left center field. That'll score Peterson from first. It's now a 10-6 game. Move on to the bottom of the 9th. Tanner Scott, the lefty, comes on to face the lefty Freddie Freeman, and he hits an absolute missile into the right field seats. That was on an absolute line. Could have killed somebody out there in those seats. And then after a runner on second, Reyes Moronta would come on to get the final out. And the Braves do not win this game. The Giants avoid the monumental collapse as they only give up 7 runs, but they score 10. Luckily, the offense actually came to play on a day where the pitching very clearly didn't. Robbie Grossman, one of those offensive players who came to play, 3 for 5 on the day with 2 home runs and a double. Scored twice, obviously. Drove in 3 runs. Carlos Gonzalez, 2 for 4. He had a monster 3-run shot. Scored twice on the day. Yamada had a 3-run shot as well. Even Jacoby Jones was 2 for 4 at the plate. As they score 10 runs on 13 hits, Brandon Beachy does get the win. Kyle Wright obviously gets the loss, and Reyes Moronta gets the save. And with that being said, that is going to wrap things up here for this edition of the San Francisco Giants franchise. I've been your host, Jerseyborn, and I am saying the next episode is the trade deadline.